I think I got it. I think I got it. No mishaps on the buttons. It's another episode of the Cultured Misfits podcast. That is Cultured Misfits. Welcome back. We are all three in the studio. Look, let me switch the cameras. Look at
I'm always like,
yes, we are back. Excited. This is the first time. Actually, No, this is not the first time we all three been in the studio for this podcast, is it?
No, I came back for when you guys went to the swingers.
Oh, with Sierra
club.
Yeah, the swingers club that you didn't go to because you couldn't find your phone.
I was traveling. I couldn't find my phone. It was a lot that day. Okay, guys, don't do me like that.
She was stressed. She was stressed anyway. Oh, so
and tired.
And tired. You were stressed and tired. It's okay. I'm just messing with you. So happy to be back. Little housekeeping. Please subscribe. Please leave a rating. Please leave a review wherever you are taking this podcast in. That matters. It counts. It really does matter. So I am Brandon, aka DJ Silk, and to the left of me there it is
Rell,
and to the left of her
Jennifer.
The student. You still didn't tell me what you're in school for. Is that a secret?
That's not something that's to discuss.
Okay. Just so you know, she told me she's going to professional stripper school.
Not yet. That
No, we know you're not going to professional stripper school. Actually, I don't even think there is a such thing as a professional stripper school. You just go to amateur night and you go up and you do your thing. And if you do a decent job, then you keep doing it. If you fall off the stage, you just don't ever go back. Right?
I'm sure there is today. Like I saw, there's something for everything.
Classes.
Yeah. There's polling classes. There's high heel walking classes.
There is
roller skating classes. There's classes for everything.
I want to see a roller skating stripper.
Oh no!
It's funny that you say that because last night Boogie Nights was on and I fell asleep to watching Boogie Nights. So you've seen Boogie Nights, right?
Yeah, a long time ago.
No. So it's Marky Mark,
Okay.
And it takes place in the late 70s, early 80s, and like Burt Reynolds is in it, and it's basically it's a movie about the transition of porn from film to tapes to on a videotape, and Marky Mark's character Dirk Diggler is like a dumb young kid with a really beautiful big dick. That's how he's known. Right, seriously, that's his whole thing. And one of the characters, her name is Roller Skate Girl or something like that. She never takes off her skates throughout the whole.
She always has her skates on.
Her first sex scene, she has her skates on. He's like, "Aren't you going to take your skates off?" And she's like, "I never take the skates off." So
okay, then
right,
yeah, and they were like the brown suede skates with the burgundy wheels, maroon wheels. So yeah, she was official. So it's a good movie. I recommend it. Okay. I recommend it if you haven't seen Boogie Nights. It's a film. So yeah. So do we have updates? Anybody? You want to start, Rell? Any updates?
No updates really. We went to a show this weekend.
We did go to a show. We did Friday night. We did go to a show. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, we went to see Horrible Decisions. It was nice. I think it was what I expected, but
Really?
I enjoyed myself. So
Yeah.
it was really nice, but also it was really cold.
Yeah, I think that was the only downside.
The theater did not have the heat on, and it was below freezing.
It was actually worse. It wasn't even that they didn't have the heat. The heat, not having the heat on was a problem. The bigger problem was they never closed the front doors. So like all that cold air was just coming into the theater, and
I liked this show, but I felt like I really couldn't really enjoy myself because the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I'm so cold. That's all I kept thinking about.
Yeah.
So
I just tried to make the best of it. So I tried to forget that I was cold. So I just put my jacket on like you did, and I was just like trying to push through it. And then the girl behind me was screaming the whole night.
I wanted to just choke her.
She gave me a headache. Like Jen had to give me medicine.
Yeah, like a bad headache.
Yes. Yeah. The whole time she's like, period. Yes. And then she got to go up there, and I'm glad they put the gag on her, and she kept it on all night.
Yo, it's funny because I went to the New York one, and there was a girl that was next to me that did the same thing. She screamed the entire show.
I didn't know that people from podcasts really have groupies.
Yes.
I was like, girl, calm down.
Jen was like, y'all gonna have to.
I said, I'm gonna say something to her, y'all. And when I say something to her, we're going to get escorted out.
She's like, you ready to walk out? Because
you're
gonna
ready
get escorted out.
No, listen.
I said, somebody get her. Because I knew that as soon as I said something, she was going to say something, and it was going to go from there. So that's why I said, as soon as I say something, get your shit, y'all. We got to walk out.
And you know, another thing, you knew she was like on one because they made a mention that there was someone in the building that didn't have shoes on. And then the security guard was like, nah, that was her. Yeah, and then she had boots on. So everyone was like, how'd she put her boots back on?
But her boots were like untied and everything. Like,
and unzippered.
Yeah, I don't understand why people get that intoxicated to really embarrass themselves like that. Yeah. That's sad. I want better for people. That we don't do that.
Like, enjoy yourself, but
damn, girl.
That was a little too hard.
And then like she was there with her sisters. Like I would have been like, yo, if you don't sit down, you're embarrassing me.
What would you do? What are you gonna do with her? She was so above and beyond.
I would have taken my sister out because she's disrupting everybody else's enjoyment.
I guess because that would disrupt them. Like they would miss the show, so they don't want that.
I mean, that was VIP tickets, right? So that's true. Who knows what it went into for them to get there? So I can get it, and like to be honest, even though she was annoying as fuck. It's crazy annoying. She did actually add to the energy of the show. It just was unfortunate that she was directly behind us.
No, she was distracting, so it distracted me. So it didn't add to the show. It took away from it.
Oh, man. That was my second go around. New York, the girl next to me, behind whatever, and she was doing the exact same thing. It was almost like they cast it. They were like, all right, for this show, we need Screamer A. This is what they need to do.
Give them free drinks up until they get that incoherent, so they act a fool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but shout out to Amber. She was a girl sitting behind us with the short hair, right? And shout out to Cheryl and Amanda. I'm waiting to hear from Amanda and Cheryl. Met them in the crowd. Like Horrible Decisions audience, the people there were really cool. Like I met a lot of really nice people, so I really enjoyed it. Go ahead, say something, Jen, because you're fixing your face. Go ahead, say it.
So corny.
How am I corny? See, look.
He's a part of the whore hive, so I think that's the difference. Like we both. You don't listen to the show.
I listen to the show.
Okay, so like we're a part of the whore hive. Yeah, that's what they're called. And you're not. So I'm just happy that like even though you don't listen to the show, you still enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. I really did. I really liked. I love the girl with the short hair.
Mandy.
I loved her.
Mandy B. Shout out to Mandy B. See, talking about I'm corny. I'm working here. She doesn't even know what I'm working for. That she doesn't know.
I show up and I'm working. Wrong with him.
Jennifer was supposed to go up on stage and she did not want to.
But what did I say? You cannot be mad at me because I said, if they asked me to go up there, I'm not going up there.
You did say that.
And I said that multiple times. And I said, so don't sit here and be like, oh, come on. Like, I said, I'm not going up there. So then boom, they're like, oh, you guys come up here. I was like, I'm not going up there. So then he was like, man, I'm like, I said it.
I'm too shy.
I didn't know what they were going to do. And then he was trying to portray like he was Rico Suave with two women in there. Yes, and he was really...
How did that happen?
How else was I going to explain it?
We're friends.
They were like, no, but...
I came here with my friends.
So, but someone asked us who we were or like, who did Brandon come with? And he said, I came here with my, and then he stopped and he was like, with my partner.
The guy goes, is this your girlfriend? And he was like, no. And he was like, she's my partner.
Right.
So I was like, and then Rell was right there and got dragged in it. He was like, so you came with both of them? He was like, yeah.
And then I guess because people around us knew that we came together, they were like, the girl beside me was like, you didn't tell me you were in our throuple. And I'm like,
And Brandon loved that. He tried to milk that as much as possible.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? I understood that they are anti-podcast. So if I said these are my co-hosts, we definitely would have been invited up on the stage. That was my whole thing. And if I said these are my friends, that is so generic anyway. When people say, this is my friend.
Okay, no, it's my friends. I came here with my friends. Everybody there was there with their friends.
No,
you didn't have to use, you knew what you were doing when you said the word partner.
No, you have to understand the environment and the pot. Rell, you see what I'm saying, right? Like with the friend is in, when you say, this is my friend. But why did it matter?
That's what I'm saying. If you would have said friends.
Because he wanted us to go up.
It would have been the same.
But although I disclosed to him that.
When did you disclose? I don't remember.
Before that, I was like, they better not ask me to go up there because I'm not going to go up there.
So you said it within 3 seconds of all of this transpiring.
Beforehand, anyways.
But my point is that whether I said partner or friend,
you knew what you were doing when you said the word partner. It was strategic. Yes, it was.
No, I'm saying these are my partners because if
you said partners,
I said these are my partners. Because I wasn't like, it's the environment.
Yeah, okay.
No, it is. They're going to assume it anyway because of the dynamic of the show. Like everybody was there on some sexual shit. So no matter how I explained, you
said, I'm here with my friends and that's it.
Right. And
but
you know what?
You said partners strategically to leave it open for their minds to imagine.
No, I said partners because I knew pretty much regardless of what I said, with the lights on and them on stage and them putting on a show, they were going to make more of it than anything else.
That's exactly what I just said. You strategically use the word partners
so
they can leave.
Point. You're missing my point.
Rell.
You're missing my point.
No,
my point
I heard
is
you,
no matter.
Rell.
I could have said these
Brandon,
are my play cousins.
You literally said everything that I said in different words. Literally. I said you strategically use the word partner to leave it open for them to imagine what they wanted to, and you knew it was going to do something. Versus had you said just friends, it would have been like, oh, okay, that's it.
No, that's the point you're
missing. No, I didn't do that. Then you started talking about it, and then you're like, no, and that left them with more to play with.
No,
it was still funny. It was funny at the end of the day.
All right, anyways, it doesn't
even when
matter.
He said it, everyone went crazy.
They were so excited that we were actually a whole thing.
Right.
So you strategically did that. That's what I'm saying. You could have said friends.
Well,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
What I'm saying is, we need to put a poll up somewhere. When I know when I hear somebody's like, "Oh yeah, these are my friends," and it depending upon the situation, I'm like, I know,
and that's all I needed to be. But you strategically used the word partners because you wanted to get a kick out of it. That's what I am.
All right,
saying.
Here's the poll. Here's a clip for the poll. What does friends mean? Versus what does partners mean?
Thank you.
Right.
No, and if he strategically used the word partner to get a kick out of it.
No, I said partner because I knew that if I said friends, they were going to be like, ooh, anyway. I was thinking, well, hey, partners, like, yo, we're just partners. That's not really usually used in the context of trying to like be ambiguous about something. You see what I'm saying, Rell?
Yeah, but where we were, you saying partners.
You knew we were amongst.
We were amongst the whore.
They use that word very much.
Yes, the partners
gets used a lot.
If we were in the real world, they'd be like, "Oh, partners like business partners, got you."
But in a
where we
world,
were, yeah.
Come on now.
Oh my goodness. Anyway. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Great time. Recommend recommend Horrible Decisions podcast just in general. Start from episode 1. They got a lot of episodes. Start with episode 1. And if you get a chance to go to one of their live shows, you should go. They put a lot of work, a lot of effort, and they pay attention to detail, which I thought was pretty dope. So we missed our opportunity to go up on stage, but it's all good. So anyway.
I didn't miss it.
No, what updates do you have, Jennifer?
I don't have any updates.
No? How are your teeth?
I went for my second, my first retightening. It was all right. You know, I was still in pain. I had to take like 3 days off of work.
It's not funny. I'm sorry.
Like I'm not being dramatic. Like this is painful, but at the end, it's gonna be worth it.
We went out. She's like the way she talks about braces, I'm like, I don't even want braces anymore.
Because you see how I'm eating, you see how I'm talking, everything is like.
She's like, we go out. She's like, I think I'm only going to get sides.
Because I have to be mindful of what I'm eating, and then I have to be mindful if I have to go brush my teeth if I eat certain things, and we're in a freaking hookah lounge. I'm gonna be in the bathroom like.
Yeah, I understand.
You know. And I don't even like to eat in front of people now. I'm like, oh my God. And I gotta eat with my mouth covered. I'm like, no.
I'm still gonna get them though, but I'm not closing my gap.
No, that's your thing. No, you should not do that.
I know.
No, not at all.
Does it help you?
My gap?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hate it. It's like the worst pickup line. Like guys will be like, oh, your gap is beautiful, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Get away from me.
I'm like, what do you mean by beautiful?
Yeah. Shit.
It's like I think it's like my number one pickup line, or like what I hear the most.
Get picked up with, use. Okay.
Like, oh, you have a beautiful smile. Da, 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 da.
And that's a problem.
She knows the intention.
Yeah, like when I hear that, like I know it's
like I saying you have really nice lips. Mm-hmm. You know what they're referring to. Some DSLs.
No, I mean it could be that they just really appreciate
my gap.
Yeah, because not everyone
guys are full of shit. Okay,
not everyone can rock that and make it work. That's what makes it special and unique and noticeable, especially in a world where everyone's getting veneers and they're trying to get everything, get like the whatever the standard of perfection is with teeth. They're all going for it, whereas you are different and it stands out and it works for you. So
thanks for calling me comment.
You're welcome.
It's okay, girl. You're gonna be perfect like everybody else.
You want to look like everybody else, Jennifer.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I didn't. Wait. All I'm saying is, I'm just saying that. Just take the fucking compliment.
I do. I say thank you so much. I'm like, yeah,
and
it's my signature.
Get away from me.
I don't say it like that. But,
she's accepting the compliment and okay, be on your merry way.
She don't owe them shit. I'm not that mean.
Nah, they probably feel your energy. Oh, thank you.
I don't. I'm like, thank you.
Nah.
You know,
I want to tell y'all a story, but like
guard at the hookah lounge we went to had a gap too.
Did he?
And I thought I was very attractive of him.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Did you compliment him on his gap?
Well, he gave me his number. So, yeah.
There you go.
There
you go. See?
Gaps.
Yeah. Like that. You know what'll fit right in between that gap right there?
He asked me if I wanted for him to use his handcuffs on me. I said they'll be used on you first. And I think that's what he fell in love with.
What's your story, Rell? Tell your story.
No, I can't say it.
Why not?
Why not?
Come on. No, you can't tease a story and then be like, I shouldn't tell.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
Because I feel like this guy going to listen to this. Anyway, so I went to the bar.
Chime music.
Let me see if I can find it.
He said he was going to label this.
Yeah, I didn't. There we go.
All right, y'all. So I went to the bar with my friend, and like I said, pickup line. He's like, "Oh, you have a beautiful gap," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Da 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 da. And he's talking to me, and then like I'm looking at him, and he's talking, and I'm like, "Oh, you have a gap too." He said, "Oh no, that's a chipped tooth, but I'm gonna get it fixed though." So Jim, what do you say to that? Or no, Brandon, what do you say to that? Since you're talking about, I'm always like, thank you.
You say that chip tooth gives you character. I like it. What's up?
Character.
Yeah, character. That chip, Fabo, he didn't get his chip tooth fixed.
Did it really look chipped though? Or did
No,
I
thought it was a gap, and he was like, nah, it's a gap. I mean, I chipped my tooth, but I'm gonna get it fixed though. And I was like, okay.
I don't know. I would have started laughing. It would have been some shit like, oops.
But I try to I don't want to embarrass anybody. Obviously, he wasn't.
Nah, the thing to do.
Do you say I'm sorry? They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I just said, oh, okay. He said, I'm gonna get it fixed though. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I kept talking.
No. I'm like, nah, leave it. I like it.
That's
probably would have been my response. No, I like it.
That's the game. That's game.
A chipped tooth.
Yeah. If it worked, if you liked it, or did you give that compliment because you were just giving a compliment? Did you not really mean it? Was it not coming from a place of sincerity?
No, I thought he was a fellow gap tooth person. So if he's
got a whole fucking tribe now. Got a whole fucking tribe, gap tooth tribe. Got shirts, membership cards.
Hey, let me start that up.
Where's y'all universal?
I got a gap. Jen, not the tooth. That's Jen holding up two fingers like this is the gap. What is that?
Oh my gosh, it is where things can fit. I mean, flossing's easy, right?
Don't do that to me. Rude. Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
It's got extra large floss instead of thin. It's like double, triple. Does it work that way?
All right, wait. You should have just stopped it at the other show.
Right.
No. Yeah, fine. No, you're supposed to So first, he's not supposed to be like, well, my shit is chipped and explain it. Just be like, thanks, because you're complimenting on the smile. But when you compliment something that is an imperfection that a person really is not comfortable with, then you just have to, as Jen said, well, I like it. I think it works for you. Save your little chip tooth money because it works. Yes, no?
I guess. I'm terrible at flirting, so.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. That would have never. I just moved on with the conversation.
Me too. I'm terrible at flirting. It's bad. Yeah. I'm like, because I'll reject compliments. I'm like why?
Low key, I'm not. I do that too, but I know that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not socially acceptable. So I'm like, thank you.
I know, and I'm like, oh my gosh. When they give me a compliment, I'm like, stop. No. Yeah. They're like, just take the compliment, Jan. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
You hear these two.
We're not saying
we're working on it.
We're working on it. I'm learning to accept compliments because before I would be like, no, you're right.
So what do you think makes you uncomfortable with compliment? What is that going? I'm gonna start with Jen and then I'm gonna go to Rell. So you got a couple minutes to think about this answer, Rell. What is it? What happens? Someone pays you a compliment. What's the first thing that happens? Actually, here we go. Jen, you have pretty eyes.
I would say thank you.
No. I don't want you to say, I would say, right? I want you to go
I hate when we do improvs like that. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
You guys try to do that to me with the other sex operator.
Yes.
But that was a whole other situation. But I'm legitimately complimenting you, and I want you to speak what immediately hits you that makes you feel like
I get shy immediately. I'll be like, oh my God, what? I'll get shy. I'm like, what? I don't know. They're my own insecurities. I know what it is, but I'm just I'm working on it. But before I would just be like, oh, no way. Yeah, right. I literally yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the fucking worst. Rell.
My first reaction was like, damn, stop looking at me so hard.
Is that what it is? So, Rell.
It just makes me nervous.
Yeah, it makes me shy, really shy.
So same reason as her.
Okay. Rell, yeah, beautiful
Can you not do that?
Rell.
It's just different when it comes from you, B.
There you go. How different? Why? How?
It's different from when somebody's actively pursuing you versus somebody just saying that I care for you.
Who says I'm not pursuing?
You're not pursuing. Cut it out.
See? Look, Rell, see? That's why she got problems.
She ain't got no problems.
She ain't taking it.
She don't got no problems. I can tell you that.
No, got you. Yeah, all right. So,
what that mean? I have a lot of problems.
No, you don't, girl.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got a number at the club on DC Friday night. That's dope. Rell, did you get any numbers or no? No.
I wasn't looking for anybody either.
I wasn't looking for anybody.
Girl, you were flirting right at the door when you got his number. Okay. Talking about,
he made the
I'll put them on you.
Because you said something to me first.
I'm getting felt up by the lady guard. She over there flirting.
Well, maybe the lady guard was flirting with you with the extra pat down.
Did you pat us down?
Oh.
I wasn't supposed to get patted down.
Just got patted down.
I don't remember getting patted down.
She patted me down. And then, like, anytime I get patted down, they be always feeling in my bra. I'm like, ew, stop touching me.
I didn't get patted
But anyway,
down.
She patted me down. I wasn't thinking Brandon. Oh, my God.
Yo.
It's like, no, she did.
See, don't do that.
Yeah. You got patted down.
Anyway, do you have any updates?
I started stretching. I started doing yoga.
Oh, your booty cheeks not...
I'm getting better.
Good.
Thank you for asking about my booty cheeks.
Yeah. His booty cheeks were tight because this man works out 5 days a week and it
doesn't stretch.
Nope.
That's bad.
I've been doing yoga in the morning, and I actually do legit stretching before I play basketball and before I get on the stretching. Legit stretch, like to the point where I pull out my phone and pull up that Peloton app and pull out a stretching session, 10-minute stretching session, and I let the people tell me what to do, because if I'm left to my own devices, I'm gonna fuck it up.
I'm good.
Right. I'm gonna do bend over, bounce, and be like, all right, let's go. And it's amazing because when I started doing that, other guys in the gym started stretching. And that never happens because we all a bunch of old cats that just forget that we're our age, and they just start running up and down the court. Like, yeah. So yeah.
I love that for you. I'm glad you're stretching now.
I'm stretching. I'm actually active. Like the yoga. I'm gonna take the yoga thing seriously. Do it in the morning, first thing in the morning, 10-20 minute session. So yeah, there's that. What else? No, that's pretty much it. That's just working. So I'm gaining weight, but I'm losing inches. How about that?
As you should. That means your muscles are getting bigger.
Yeah. I had this incident. So all of my life I've been freakishly strong. This is not. Yeah, you can laugh, but I promise you, I've had a lot of strength.
I know you're strong. You moved the couch from the basement all the way up to the top floor.
By myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my old treadmill, I had moved that treadmill from where I used to live to here to the third floor. From the third floor down to the basement by myself every time. So when I got my Peloton tread, I'm like, I'm selling the treadmill, and I'm like, all right, well, let me move it out of the basement and have it on the middle floor so the person who's going to get it can, check it out. I could not get that shit up the steps. I felt like Superman 3, I think that was Superman 3, where he got rid of his Superman powers, and then he got punched in the face, and he saw his blood for the first time. He was like, my own blood. I've never seen my blood before. I have never not been able to move something that I wanted to move. This is the first time in my life. Part of it was I was tired from working out and playing basketball. Like, I had a long stretch. And then my friend hypothesizes that because I've lost about 40 pounds, that because I don't have that extra weight to help
stuff,
get it up, that might be it. But yeah, so because of that instance, and that treadmill is still in the fucking basement in the corner, right? I started lifting heavier. Like, now I'm lifting to get stronger. I wasn't doing that before. I was just kind of like just trying to get in shape. So so I'm excited about the muscles getting bigger, and I am getting stronger. And
ladies, he can pick you up.
There you go.
When he gets stronger, we'll give you an update when he's strong enough.
Either that, or I'm just gonna find me a small joint, somebody lightweight. Anyway, all right. So what are we talking about today, Rell? Rell is producing another episode loosely.
Today, we are talking about plural relationships.
Plural? What is a plural relationship, bro?
Well, what do you think it means?
It means when there is more, it's outside of the traditional realm of a relationship. So like a throuple, a quadruple. Now, would you say a plural relationship means... Actually, I forgot the question, so let's go ahead.
I think plural means many.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Somebody's
many relationships.
Many relationships or many people?
Many relationships.
Nah, many people in a relationship.
How are you gonna tell me what
That's
I
what
think
she's
it
saying.
means?
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Like you have a relationship with the person.
Well, no, because all right, so if I date multiple women, does that mean I'm plural?
It could be. It just means that they don't know about each other.
Many relationships.
But I feel like when in a plural relationship, everyone is aware of, like, if it's a throuple, if we were a throuple, then you two, we would all know that.
But what means that doesn't mean that they're not gonna know I'm in a relationship with all of them.
Say that again.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
No, I'm not gonna say it again.
I didn't understand the.
What does it mean, Rell?
She's saying that what she's saying is that it's a person dating many people.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean necessarily that they have to know about each other.
So that's not a plural relationship then. Like, because a plural relationship literally is like, I have a throuple. So you and I are together, she and I are together, and that's a plural relationship.
So that's what you think it is, and that's what Jenna thinks it is. So let's find out what it really is.
Yeah,
okay,
let's see
y'all.
what it is. Okay.
So the term for a plural relationship is polyamory, or someone who is polyamorous. And that's the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships within the consent of all people.
Right.
So, Jen, maybe your definition would be dating.
Oops. Oops. My bad.
Yeah.
But so in a polyamorous relationship, all parties know about each other, like you were saying.
Right. Okay.
So within polyamory, you have polygyny and polyandry. Do you know what polygyny means?
I think it's the man can have multiple women.
Okay. And what do you think it is?
The woman has multiple. I'm just going to go opposite Jen.
Okay. Well, polygyny, Jen is right, is the most common. And it says most common and accepted form of polygamy, entailing the marriage of men with several women. And I think it's most common. I think that's what we see mostly in the media, is the man with several wives.
Right.
And polyandry is when the woman has multiple husbands.
Oh, okay.
It takes two or more husbands at the same time.
How you feel about that, Jen?
What do you mean?
You like that? That's something you would do?
I don't know. I don't know if it's something I would do.
Why not? I mean,
because I don't know. Because I've only ever been in monogamous relationships, so I don't know.
So if someone asked you to join, and it doesn't have to be marriage because none of us are married, but if someone asked you to be their third or join their relationship, would you?
I'll consider it, and then just based on how much interaction that there would be between all of us and stuff.
So what would be, you said you would think about it, what would be your reservations?
That I've always only ever been in monogamous relationships, and I don't know how I would feel if it was another woman. In like me knowing and actually like being okay with him being with somebody else. That's what my reservation would be. But some people believe that you could love more than one person. I don't know. I've never experienced that. So,
yeah. You, what do you think?
Yeah.
But, okay, so would you?
She could be, you know what? My only rule is I don't really want to know.
So
like beyond knowing, like I don't know, like I don't need details.
But this is different. See, now you're going into an open marriage versus polyamorous.
Okay, so even if it's polyamorous, if the other dude is cool, I'm okay. If he's not an asshole, if he doesn't, if he's not a problem or whatever, I'm not a possessive, jealous, insecure person like that. So, and I don't necessarily believe that it's realistic to put everything on one person for the rest of y'all's natural lives. I think it's a big ask. Not saying that it can't happen, but a lot of things have to go right. And so if I love a person, if I'm really, really love her and I want to keep things going and she has the need to have more than what I can offer or deliver, that means it's a question of like all or nothing. Like I don't like that question. So if that's what she needs, then yeah, I would at the very least entertain it and maybe.
What if she asked you for a threesome between you and the other guy?
Yeah.
You would say yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not with he. It's a male female MMF threesome, so yeah. I mean, she's in between us. It's not like, there's not gonna be a whole lot of. It's like we're just gonna be together and I guess take turns. So yeah, that's not a problem. What Jennifer?
Well,
she was like,
I'm so shocked that, so when I asked you the question, you can take it any way that you did, but you said, so you would practice polyandry is what you're talking about. You would have, your wife or your woman and another man, but would you have multiple wives or multiple?
Of course. Like, I'm not going to be
that's not the story you brought up just a while ago.
Well, no, I mean, but I'm taking it because you posed the question as like for Jen, it's like, okay, Jen, with the guy and then another woman. So I put myself in that same scenario, which is I'm with somebody and then she wants something.
But
else.
It's crazy. I don't know if I would have two men. I don't know if that I could. I don't know. Isn't that weird? Like I don't know if I could have two boyfriends or two husbands. I don't know.
You think it would be like a lot to keep up, or?
Yeah, I feel like I would be just stretched out too thin because the type of woman I am, like I'm very involved, and so I'm not like a nonchalant woman. Like no, like I do cooking, I do cleaning, I do all that, and I love it and I enjoy it. So that's why I don't know if I could do, because I would want to for both of them to be like in that same position. I wouldn't have like a husband and a boyfriend. But that's why I probably can't.
What if one has a really small penis and the other one doesn't?
Well, he wouldn't be my husband if he had a small penis. We already know I don't do small penises.
Jen is a size queen. How about that?
I am not. That's making it seem like I'm a hoe.
No, it's not.
Like I'm an expert at sizes or something.
Everyone has preferences.
No, a size queen is someone who that is not open-minded about penises smaller than what they want or
what? I'm very open-minded. I just have a preference.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay.
I know that it's not somebody's fault why their penis is so small, so I'm not gonna be like.
So here's the deal, right? So you have dude A, and he's a great person. He's a great person, right? But he is lacking physically and sexually. Like he leaves you always desiring more, wanting more, and no matter what, you guys have tried to work through it, and he just can't. He's just physically incapable of satisfying you sexually, right? And then you meet dude B, who he's cool, but he physically meets all your needs, and he doesn't require the level of service in terms of cooking and cleaning.
No, because I want to do that stuff. I like doing it.
I'm not. It's not even about liking.
I couldn't date two opposite men. I couldn't.
Okay.
They would. That's what I'm saying. Like I would. I know what I like, so I wouldn't want to date if I really like somebody. Like I know exactly what I like. So if I were to date an opposite of that person, they would be everything I don't like.
I didn't mean opposite. I just meant opposite in terms of
what
like,
you need.
What you need. Like, so the guy with the small penis.
But in order to, no, I'm saying, but in order to really satisfy me that way, like first you have to like really do that in my mind. So I'm going to like you a different way before that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, so big dick dude also is thorough in all the ways.
What is your problem with me having a preference for size? Why does it matter? I'm never going to sleep with you. So why does it matter?
How did it turn about you sleeping with me?
Because why does it matter?
I'm asking because we're asking the question. We're trying to actually have a podcast here and talk about things and go through scenarios. So what I'm saying is, one guy physically, you emotionally and mentally he's dope, but physically he's not. He doesn't do it for you, even though you love him. And then you have this next guy who is also great on all these other levels, but he also really, really, really physically is able to satisfy you, right? So you don't want to get rid of guy A. Guy B doesn't necessarily want you all to himself. So that's a scenario where then you could have the best of both worlds. That's what I'm saying.
I get to it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know me. I get attached. So I would want that person around. And I'm pretty sure both of them, like, it would be too complicated for me to have two males. Okay.
Rell, you're up on deck.
So it kind of goes into the next topic. So like, I would say no, because I feel like I would be jealous. And I don't know. Guys, this is crazy. Anyway, so I would say no, just because of the jealousy. And then I've never been in one too, so it's just like I don't know how it would work.
I'm confused. Mm-hmm. So what's there to be jealous about? Because in this particular scenario, it's you, mm-hmm. and then you have two guys. It's not like there's one guy and there's another girl and you guys are sharing them. We're in this scenario, it is you and you have guy A and guy B. And they're both with it.
Yeah, but in my opinion, if I wanted to, I feel like the only reason that I would practice polyamory would be like for a family. And so I would do some sister wife shit and like, oh, our families can grow together.
Okay. I like that.
And like, that's only like, that's not my personal preference, but I like that family dynamic of like, the women helping out each other and like helping raise the children and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm like, I'm good with one guy. That's my speed.
That's how you speed. I think that's most people's speed. So I believe it's relationship management and you have to, one, it takes a lot of maturity, but then it's also establishing the proper expectations and rules and whatnot and roles. So, okay. So where does that lead us into?
Yeah. So I was just talking, there's two popular shows on TLC. One is Sister Wives, and that's about a husband. And I think he has 4 wives now, but there were some problems that they were having because he initially had his 3 wives. And then he decided to bring on another. And so they got married and there was some drama because the other women felt as if he was giving, well, I don't want to say felt, but he was giving the new wife preferential treatment.
The bottom bitch, right?
The newest one.
That's what I'm saying. At what point, if a guy has 2 girls, he's like, well, then we can add a 3rd one. Okay, we can add a 4th one. I'm like, no, wait, 2 is enough. Relax.
So 2 is good. Is the number for you?
If I had to be in a polyamorous, yeah, it would 2 women is enough because I'm already a lot. Like I'm a lot.
Yeah.
So it would be
What would be your max number of wives?
So the rule is you can't take on more wives than you could afford to have, like financially. Like if you're broke you can't. So based on my current checking account and my investment accounts and all those things, that would be zero.
I was going to say, well, you're single right now. So what does that mean?
Right. It means that, no, I can't afford. So I don't know if it's like one wife for me. And if one is not enough, then I am not getting married, and I'm just going to.
Wait, if I had two husbands, do I have to provide for them?
It's upset, but then that's the thing. Like every family dynamic is different. Mm-hmm. So it's funny that you say that, because there was a post that says 3 incomes are better than 2. So you're talking about you solely providing, but
right,
in a situation where you can all work.
Well, yeah, that's different. I guess I'm just thinking about in like the most traditional toxic form of marriage, that, you know, like the male is the provider.
That doesn't need to be toxic.
No, I think it is toxic when the man insists that that he take care of the woman, and she doesn't have the freedom to have a career and a living. I'm thinking
that
of like keeping, like she has to stay home,
right,
and she has no other option.
That's abuse.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said that's what I'm saying is toxic. But like I'm watching, like I think the show Big Love. Did you ever watch Big Love on HBO?
Oh, that's another popular show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like the guy, you know, he had 2 wives, and then he had gotten a third one, and they had kids, and he had a sporting goods store or something like that. He could afford to take care of his family. And the thing was, they had 3 houses. They on the same block, like, because so he had the means to do it. And if I remember correctly, I think part of the storyline was that like some of his wives, they were kind of feeling trapped because they wanted to have a career. They wanted to, you know, do certain things, and he was like, no, you can't do it, blah blah, you know. Mm-hmm. So when I think about plural marriages and things like polygamy, mm-hmm. My mind always goes to that toxic level of, I'm the man, I take care of you, you have the kids, and you take care of home, blah blah blah. So, but if we're talking about 2021 stuff and everybody's working and has careers, then yeah. But at that point, why would you fucking get married? Just, it doesn't really make any sense.
Because people value marriage.
I value marriage. I want to be married. It's just a different level of commitment. But some people are like, oh, it's just a piece of paper. Right. If it's just a piece of paper, why not just sign it?
Yeah.
But it's to me, it's a different level of commitment. And especially like how I grew up. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. So, and then for me, it's like you do it under God. And so.
Yeah, but I mean, so you do it under God, but like once you bring more people in that commitment, like doesn't it kind of water it down?
Well, it depends on the vows you guys do for each other. Like if you guys are all going into it together knowing that, so then that would be your vow.
Yeah, but what if it's like we get married and then like 2 years down the line, I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I need another wife.
Well, that's something that we would discuss, and then if I state my opinion on it and everything, and then you still choose to do that, then you know what? Then you didn't respect me. So,
okay.
It's funny that you bring that up. So there's another show, a most recent show. It's called Seeking Sister Wives, and all of them they were seeking sister wives. They're all looking for a wife to add to their family, and one of them, they ended up breaking up because she felt as if she wasn't contributing to the family, and she felt like her contribution was like housework,
right?
But she's like, okay, I'm in my 20s, I'm supposed to be working, getting my career together. What if we don't work out? What's going to happen to me? I'm going to be on the streets and I won't have any, nothing on my resume, and I won't be able to support myself. So, they had a falling out and they broke up because of that. So that's definitely a real concern.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a concern. I don't know. To me, just it just doesn't make sense to me that you would sign up to be married only to then be talking about, I want to bring these other these other people, and at any given point down the line, you know. So,
but that's why people need to disclose that before. Listen, like, I'm open to a polygamous relationship down the line, and that's where the problem comes in. And they're like, oh, you didn't value your vows. No, you weren't honest before the vows.
But what if you didn't know what you wanted? Just like even people with open relationships, or
but I'm saying, like, people change, but it's your vows that you choose to, like, if it's both consensual, you and I both were like, you know what, yeah, or so I don't know.
There is a couple on the show, I think they're from California. They've been married for many years and they have children, and they ended up bringing a woman from South Africa, and then they did marry another woman, but things fell apart. I can't remember the reason why, but the new lady that they're bringing in, they had conversations about it. I think that's something that they always wanted. So I think their transition of bringing another wife in, based on all the couples, was easier because that's something that they established from get-go.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Be open.
Yeah, but to Rell's point, you could today be like, nah, it's just about you and me, blah, blah, blah. And then 5 years down the line, you realize, like, you know what? I was watching Sister TLC and I saw the show Sister Wives, and that looks like some shit I can get behind. And so yeah, okay. All right, well, what's up, Rell?
So, on the internet,
oh,
what's the segment called?
Oh, shut up! Stop typing. Your stupid is showing. Oh, you know what? Before you do yours, I have to do mine. This is just perfect. This is perfect timing, I guess. But this will be after Thanksgiving when this comes out. But for you people who feel like we shouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving because of pilgrims and Indians and all the lies and stuff, shut up.
Native Americans.
The Native Americans. I apologize. And the indigenous people of the Americas. No one is celebrating Thanksgiving at home, not talking about the pilgrims or the indigenous people or the atrocities that therefore took place because of it. No one. Okay. So the only people that are talking about the pilgrims and the toxic history behind Thanksgiving are you. So let it go. And just please let people enjoy their holidays.
But it's crazy. People change the meaning of Thanksgiving to being with family, actually being thankful, giving back to the community. I've never sat in my house and be like, oh my God, the pilgrims and all of that.
The Mayflower.
Like, to me, Thanksgiving means family. Like, I'm sure back then, they're not worried about us now. When they were back there, like, oh yeah, they're going to be remembering this day on Thanksgiving Day. But now,
who was upset? Like, natives are upset, or
no? There's somebody. I've been having this back and forth.
What's the tweet?
Facebook.
What's the tweet?
It was like y'all don't want to give up your mac and cheese because of Thanksgiving or what, something like that. And so we just been having this back and forth, and it's just the mentality that people have. And one of the things, the argument is just like, it's dumb because they're like, well, if we shouldn't, if based on how I believe it to be, like, we should, like, don't worry about the pilgrims and just enjoy family and do what Jen said. Thanksgiving is about just being with family and friends and whatnot. He's like, well, then we shouldn't celebrate Juneteenth or anything else like that. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You're just reaching out. Anyway, the stupid is showing. The stupid is so stupid that I can't even recap it because it just doesn't make any sense. So please just let people celebrate however they want to celebrate, whichever way they want to celebrate. Let them live. If you don't want to do Thanksgiving, then don't do Thanksgiving. If you don't want to do Christmas, don't do Christmas. But let people live and let them be great. So sorry, I just had to get that off because that's been bugging me all fucking day. What is your stop typing your stupid is showing?
So there was a post or a TikTok that a woman made, and it was 3 men, 2 dates, 1 day. And at the end of the video, she has a message of don't settle, ladies. So in the video, you see her getting ready. She kisses her boyfriend goodbye. Then she goes to a restaurant and she waits for her first date. Then she gets in her Uber. She goes to her second location, has a date with that guy. And then, she had a fulfilling day and she said, don't settle.
I have questions. Does the boyfriend know you went on these dates?
I think she does. I think
No, that motherfucker does not know that he
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
But there's like open relation. Well, this I would say this is not obviously polyamory, but what if she's in an open relationship?
She's not in an open relationship because she's bragging on it. If she was in an open relationship,
how does
that
she
would be
time
a
that
regular
perfectly?
Wednesday.
That's all I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
If she wanted to do that, but I don't care. Do whatever you want. How you time that? That's because if my first date is going well, I'm not going to rush it. And then I'm going to have to be postponed. I'm like, I'll be there in like 20, 30 minutes. But then I'm going to keep, she's crafty.
She said, we're going to do brunch in the morning with this guy and a late dinner with this guy. Fill up her whole schedule.
She's crafty. Yeah. It takes work.
But why do you think that her man doesn't know?
Because if this was normal for her, she wouldn't be bragging on it. That just she's bragging on it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like why are you bragging on it? If this is what you do, this is how you do.
So she don't think he's gonna she knows that he was gonna eventually see the TikTok. Like it went viral.
He might not be on social media. I know quite a number of people who they have partners that are not on social media. That's and they do some wild ass shit and post it, and the person is completely oblivious to it. So no, I don't think that she's in a relationship. If you're that excited about your activities that you're creating memes and TikToks on it, then no.
Well, people today use the internet and post everything. There's like, right now it's popular to like post a day in my life, like go to school with me or like get ready with me. So why wouldn't she post like what she does on a daily or like what's regular for her?
Because the energy in that meme was not, that post was not like, this is just my everyday shit. She's like, girl, ladies don't settle. I did this, that, and the other. Nah, it was there was a lot of, the energy was not like, hey, I'm just letting you know how I get down. It's like, come give me a high five because I'm working the hell out of these dudes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, Jen, you didn't, oh no, you said no. You said you might be vibing too long with the first guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't rush it. I mean, I would do it, but not if I had a boyfriend.
I was about to say, wait. She got a man.
I would go out on multiple dates on one day, but not if I had a boyfriend. I'm dating. Who said there's a number of how many dates you could go on in one day?
So it's the fact that she has a man at home.
Yeah, that's a little off-putting for me. Because I'm like, I don't know if she has a boyfriend or like, I don't know if he knows or not. Because then it becomes cheating. And y'all know I don't do cheating. It's all, if he knows, all right, cool. Like, if he's okay with it, that works for them. But if he doesn't know, now you're just being conniving, little bitch. And you just making it hard out here for us.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, well, but you know what I wonder? I wonder if I were to do multiple dates in one day, will the guys be mad if I didn't tell them? Like, oh yeah, I have a date later on with somebody else because I'm only dating you, so I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, people be fucking multiple people one day too.
For real?
Yeah, girl. Crazy. People nasty. No kink shaming.
No kink shaming.
Whatever.
Shit happens.
Y'all ain't shit.
I didn't say I did it. I just know people who've done it.
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
That's you.
I don't you know what? I don't have a problem with, I agree with her, to be quite honest with you. I don't agree with the sharing and the memes and the high five shit, but I really do feel like people need to exercise their options, because how do you find what's right, figure out what's right for you until you experience what you don't like and try different things, so right?
I agree with you 100%, except for the fact that she has a boyfriend. I don't, like you're saying, like, I don't like cheating either.
She doesn't.
Anybody else can cheat,
but she doesn't have a boyfriend. What she has is a dude that she sees more often than all the other ones. That's what she has. She might be calling him, referring to him as her boyfriend, but no, she has a guy. That's somebody that she sees the most. He takes precedence over everyone else. But if he was doing it for her, then
she wouldn't need everyone else.
Exactly. So,
well, I agree. So it's not for me, but someone explained to me that they have an open relationship. They're committed to one woman. That's who he has his children with.
Mm-hmm.
But he thinks that it's kind of like what you say. He thinks it's selfish that to keep her all to himself, because he's like, well, I don't like Taylor Swift, so I want her to go out with somebody who likes Taylor Swift, and to take her to. I read that. Yeah, so she can meet and have a connection with someone else that likes to do other things that she likes.
The term, I believe, is called compersion. And that's when you love someone enough that seeing them happy makes you happy. So if you know there's things that they like and they want that you can't do for them, but you know they can get it elsewhere, then yeah, that's
no, dude, you gonna stay here and suffer with me?
Right. You ain't gonna see no Taylor Swift. I don't like Taylor Swift, so fuck Taylor Swift. No. That to me, that is the truest form of love. And just like if you had like a stray animal that always came to you, like you fed it or whatever, and the animal always came back to you. And to me, that's a pure connection versus the pet you get at the store and they can't go outside. They can't go outside. When you go outside, they on a leash. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of along the same line. So if we have a real true connection, then I don't need to lock you down or keep you in place or keep you out of certain situations for fear of losing you, and vice versa. So
true.
Yeah. So all right. What else? Well,
Jen, do you have anything for internet stupidest showing?
No, I don't have internet right now.
Oh, she's off the grid, y'all.
I'm off the grid, y'all.
Okay.
You don't have the internet? How are you taking your porn in?
Through text.
You got some good ass friends. Why don't you share some of the porn text though?
Hell no. I'm a Volt.
It's so funny. Anyway, so I guess the last thing that we can talk about is the situation with the baby and Danny Lay. So
I am just so glad I don't have any kids right now.
Yeah.
And I did not become a baby mom.
All right. So what? So please enlighten us as to what happened.
So you guys can help me, but pretty much she made a post that he has been seeing other women, although that they've been together, and he notified her that she needs to leave his home or wherever he was staying, and that he would get her a hotel, but she has to leave. And so she was saying this is like out of nowhere, that they've been living with each other for the past couple of months, and they've been seeing each other for, I think it was like the past 2 years. And during that time,
she just gave birth to his baby 3 months ago.
And so she feels like it's out of the blue that now that he's kicking her to the curb.
And then I guess she went on live and she was saying all this stuff. And then the baby gets on live and starts saying all this stuff. And it starts to get very disrespectful so quick. He starts telling her that she's a certified side bitch. And that they were never together and all this other stuff. And then as she was feeding the baby, the newborn baby, he's trying to film her and embarrass her in front of everybody. So then he put them out like at some wee hours of the morning. He called the cops.
Yeah, I saw that they called the cops, and like the police were trying to speak with her, but she refused. I didn't watch all of it, but I know that the police were called. So a lot of people are saying, why didn't she leave? Why did she subject herself to that? I know that she was saying that she was trying to go to his house to get the baby clothes, and people were saying, well, why do you need baby's clothes? Just take your baby and go.
Or there's also, they were also trying to say that, they were trying to not side with her because she has made some colorist comments about being light skinned and, you know, because his baby mama is brown skin. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of people are like, you knew what you were getting yourself into, so nobody feels bad for you. And me, I only feel bad for her because of the baby, like the baby she gave birth to.
So, yeah.
Because she's 3 months postpartum and she's probably going through so much emotions right now. And this is her most vulnerable time. And like, I know how my sister was postpartum, and we were so sensitive around her because it's like, you just birthed a whole human being out of you. So that's the only reason why I feel bad for her, because it's like, damn, she's probably like going through a lot. And then this happens.
Yeah. What's your take on it? Do you know? You heard about it, right?
So my take is, all right, I have a question for the two of you. Would you have ever dated the baby or allowed him to nut in you?
I don't know him. I don't
know. Because he has had previous like baby mama drama. Like, I don't like all that stuff.
Right, bro. What were you?
I don't know him, but no.
Right.
I'm not. But I feel bad because
no. Don't
some people we don't know how he really is in real life, and he really swayed her. And
no, listen.
At one point, really did love her.
You answered the question correctly, because he has bad energy, right? Like from the gate.
Yeah.
We could discern that. What if she didn't discern that?
Well, I mean,
because she experienced him at an intimate level, so she's like,
no.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he made her. I feel like she's at the end. He's like, you're my like side hoe, but that's not how he treated her.
Right, because he's a dickhead, and that's my point. Like, and it's not me victim shaming. I actually like Danny. Like, I do. So, and I do feel bad for her. I've seen it so many times. Like, people don't recognize the signs of a narcissist, sociopath, asshole. You know, they get caught up. This guy, like, I don't play his music because I genuinely don't like him. His energy to me is bad. Like, when I hear his voice, the baby, I'm like, yo, this is not a good person. Like, he might be a quote unquote hot artist, but to me, he's just not a good person. So I'm not surprised that she's confused, because she didn't recognize that he just wasn't a good person. And now he's just cemented that. Like, how do you kick the mother of your child out of your house in that way? Like, how about
also, she was putting her hands on him.
Oh, I get that. I get that.
And he was not responding like that either. So, yeah. He should have left. I think he should have left.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so you go to the hotel for a quick minute and you line up a place for her to go. Because, like, we're not talking about regular people. He has resources. Right. So she should have resources, but if she doesn't, she's still, this is your child. Like, she unless you're going to take full custody of the child, this is your child. So therefore, you need to make sure that your child is good. So that means you need to get her a condo, an apartment, something stable, and to just kick her out, to embarrass her like that, to do all those things is
you should have seen, she was literally feeding the baby and he walks in the room and she had not revealed her baby to the world yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
And that, to me, I'm like, yo, that's violating, like, so bad. And I'm like,
all those things. So, I mean, because I'm guilty of it too. Like, missing signs. Like, you get caught up in being attracted to someone, and you miss some signs that later on you look back, you're like, oh, damn, I didn't know they were a chainsaw killer, but now that I think that they had that whole shed full of chainsaws that were bloody, I missed that.
Right.
So, yeah, just missing. He's just a whole asshole, and she missed that, and I feel bad for her. And even though I as a man, as a survivor of female the domestic violence. Like I've been assaulted by a female.
I was trying to see what you're about to say.
Yeah.
I was like, is this about to be some bullshit that he's about to speak?
No,
Let me not laugh yet.
No, you can laugh because it's funny.
No, it's not funny.
No, it's funny. It is funny.
Domestic violence is not funny, but continue with your story.
It is not funny.
Okay, it isn't funny, but it's the way my shit shook out. It's funny now. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
You let a woman beat on you?
It wasn't let. Mm-hmm. It was, but.
Was it one time?
It was twice.
Crazy.
Once in Epcot Center.
Should have rocked her.
No, you shouldn't have.
Overcut that
bitch. I do not.
No, nah.
Listen, I do not do domestic violence, but I do believe in defending yourself. And you're not going to smack me a second time.
It was no.
And that goes both ways.
No, but I mean, for real, it was in Epcot Center.
What? She rocked your ass to a different country. It's not funny.
No,
sorry,
it's funny.
No, I don't want to make fun of it.
It was, and she was mad. Look, she was mad at me because she had a dream that I cheated on her.
And that's why she hit you?
No. Okay, so that started it, right? Mm-hmm. So we were.
Gosh.
So she was mad. So she woke up. She had an attitude, and so we're in Epcot Center, and we were there with two of my other friends, and she was close to my one friend, like, and so we're walking, and so I guess at one point in time she thought I was looking at a female or whatever. She was really insecure and jealous, and so I just happened to turn around and she was holding my friend's hand. She's squeezing it. And I'm like, oh, so this is what we're doing, huh? So we go in, we were going, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, and we're watching that. And I'm just stewing. I don't even remember the fucking ride because I was just like, man, this is some bullshit. And so as we're getting up and we're walking out, she's like, I got to use the bathroom. And I'm like, why don't you tell someone who cares? And
I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, I see. People think I'm like, they're like, oh, you're so nice and you're so. But the thing is, once I crossed the threshold, like I didn't even mean to be that mean. It just came out, and she grabbed my collar. She collared me up, like.
Yeah, you were talking reckless. Like, I'm just kidding.
Wait, so
she collared me up in Epcot Center. But see, when you're in the happiest place in the world, no one intervenes. They just look away. They're like, oh, look at the foliage. Look at the ride. We're going to go.
Wait. So she didn't hit you or nothing?
Well, that time, but she collared me up.
I said, you get your fucking hands off of me.
Yeah. So
what did you say anything to her or you just let it go?
No, I grabbed her hands and got off me and was like, like moved her away. It wasn't even a push. It was like, yo. And then we talked about, and then that's when she let me know that she had the dream and everything. And I'm like,
wait, but she was squeezing your
friend's hand?
Yeah, because she was so mad.
Oh, she was like,
yeah.
Like, grow the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, she was young. And then later on, we were at Powerhouse. And she didn't want to, I guess she didn't want to go. And she was mad because girls were like trying to holler and flirt, and I wasn't pushing them away aggressively enough for her. So as we're walking out, I get a call, and a friend of mine, a high school friend, was in town, and so it was like a whole bunch of us. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna all get together," and I'm like, "Okay, we're just leaving Powerhouse. We're meet." And she's like, "Get off the phone." I'm like, "Wow, come on, chill. I'm talking to like." I was very clear as to who I was speaking to, and we keep walking. She's like, "Get off the phone," and I'm like, "Will you just wait a minute?" And then like she's in front of me and she's walking, and she just turns around and punched me dead in the face.
It's not funny because you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
Yo, yeah.
She sounds possessed. Like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
And I said, like, I'm jealous and stuff, but I'm not that type of jealous. Like, you can talk, like...
No, me either.
Like, whoever I'm with is attractive, so of course people are going to talk to them.
Right,
and
Rell, right.
Yeah, you know. But,
no, but it wasn't even like they were, like, walking up to me. They were obvious. They were like, look at that, right? You know, like,
but I'm just saying, like,
but Brandon is so friendly, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know how friendly you were being back.
But at that point in time, I was extra. I wasn't going to shoot even if I was there by myself, I would have been like, oh my God, and run away in embarrassment. Cause that's just how shy I was. So I didn't.
Obviously, you let this bitch punch you in your face.
Well, I didn't. That was new. Like that was a.
You're
that
like,
was a new
so
thing.
what'd you do after that?
I
you should have left their ass there.
Oh, listen. So we get back to the car, right? I'm like, I almost bounced her ass off a fence. I remember it was a chain link fence, and I was like, I should have bounced your ass off this fence, right? And I was on the phone, so the people are like, yo, what happened? What happened? I'm about to get off the phone, you know. And so we get in the car, and I yelled so loud that she shook. Like, she was like, oh.
What kind of demons do you date? The hell?
The sex was amazing though. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
That's his problem.
No, I mean, because
that's
people that are
that's
like,
where his mind is always at.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, people who are passionate like that, they usually like when they're extreme on one end, they're extreme on the other. And she was just very whatever. At any rate, so she's shaking as I'm yelling at the top. I've never yelled that loud, and I have since yelled that loud. It was so as I'm yelling, I'm like, God damn, nigga,
what were you
loud.
saying?
Don't you ever don't put your hands, whatever it was. And then I'm like, get the fuck out of the car. And now I'm waiting for her to be like, I ain't getting out the car.
She's like,
yo, she hopped out that car like she was getting paid. And she ran over and sat on the curb. And she's like crying and rocking back and forth. And I'm like, gonna call her sister.
In that toxic?
I was gonna call her
right,
sister.
like she didn't punch him in his face.
Right. Well, I think she was shook because that was
you yelled. And
like
normally
she was
like
yeah. So she so she's sitting on the steps, and then I'm like, I gotta take this bitch back home. I can't leave her up here. Like no matter what, I'm not going to leave her behind. So now I'm like, and she's not going to get back in the car because I told her to get out of the car, because that's just a prideful thing. People, no, you told me to get out. So get out of the car, and I walk over into her. I'm like, get in the car. She hops
like, yes,
up and
Daddy.
hops up and gets in the car, and we drive back. That was a quiet, long ride.
And then that was it of the relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I was about to say no, it wasn't.
Nah, that was it. Of course, later on, then I wanted her back. I was like, oh, because it was, it was intense.
Oh yeah,
it was a very intense relationship. So, but anyway, so yeah, we shouldn't be putting hands on one another.
No.
But I would imagine that the baby earned those hands based on, because if what you saw on the live was that bad, imagine what it was when the cameras weren't on. So yeah, I don't agree with it, but I also understand it, and I wish her the best. And it's too bad that she's got to share responsibility with somebody like that. I just hope that as he gets older, he evolves and becomes a better person and a better partner, co-parent. I think so.
Yeah, I hope that she, is just able to take care of her and her baby. I know that she's posted updates that she's well, but that's the only thing that matters, that she can take care of herself and her baby, because we know he'll be fine.
I don't know. Rough. All right. Okay. So, is that it, Rell?
Do you have anything for things that cultured people should do?
I do. I actually do. Okay. So, this is what you should. This is so timely and so toxic, considering what happened. Go to music festivals.
I agree. I've been to a couple music festivals, but like you're saying, in the light of the times.
I know I shouldn't. What, Jen? No, we should make it a jazz festival. How about that for the time being? Is jazz festivals are like common.
No, that's an isolated incident. It's not like it happens all the time in music festivals. I'm sure they get packed and stuff like that. But I think that's an isolated incident for him.
Mm-hmm.
But shit does go down and like.
Oh, I'm sure,
yeah.
but I'm pretty sure now going forward, a lot of places are going to take a lot more precautions.
Yeah, which are needed because I think I was telling you this. I don't know. I went to one festival, and I feel like some festivals they're just not prepared, and it's not until something happens that they do better. So for example, I went to I think Dreamville Fest one year, and they realized that they didn't have enough vendors for food and stations for water. So the next year they had way more. So it was better. But I went to another festival one year and same thing. They didn't have enough vendors, nor did they have water stations at all. And so I ate something at one of the vendors, and then, we went to the stage. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing like purple and green like dots, and I would blink, they would go away, and I would blink again, and I would see them again. And then like already people were passing out, so I was like, oh hell, am I about to pass out? I never passed out in my life. And I'm like, is this what this feels like? I was like, oh no, they gonna have to pick up my big ass and like pull me to the side. I don't want to do that.
That's how it starts to feel. It's a bad feeling.
And so I was like, let me make my way. So I told my friends, I was like, yo, I don't feel good. I'm gonna like step out. And I was like, I wasn't sure. I didn't know like what was going on. I just felt funny. And I knew that I needed to get away from the crowd. So I ended up walking out. And then I was like, maybe I'm dehydrated. So I went to the medical tent, and they gave me like this small cup of water, like a Dixie cup. And they were like, we're sorry, like we're out of water right now. I'm like, you're at the medical tent. I thought I was going to be safe. I wasn't. So I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this? I'm like, okay, you don't have any water. I need to go find water. So the lines for the food, like the station, like the food stations were super long. And I was standing in those long ass lines with my small ass Dixie cup, just praying that I didn't pass out.
That's scary.
And so I'm sipping at it, and then
because you're by yourself at this point.
Yes. And then like there's no, and it was even worse. Like wherever we were, there like the signal was bad, so I couldn't really like find my friends or like tell them, like give them updates. But I'm in line and I'm like going, and then eventually it's my turn. I bought like 5 waters, 2 Gatorades, and then I just drank them, and then I was fine. It was just me being dehydrated. I guess because it was hot, but it was like overcast, so like you didn't feel hot. And
wow. Yeah. Which music festival was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember what
it was. The Broccoli Festival.
Probably, yeah, Broccoli Festival. Yeah.
I've never been to a music festival.
Really?
I have no desire.
Why?
My sisters went to a music festival where Paramore performed, and she was like that. The crowd went so crazy that she was literally like pushing people like this to get my little sister out the way. Because my little sister was saying like she didn't feel well either. So they're like, we'll never go to another music festival.
Yeah, to me when I see the shows I want to see have stages that are dedicated to the artist. So the lighting, everything is tuned and keyed to them and their performance. When you go to a music festival, the stages are very generic, and they have generic lighting sequences and stuff like that. But basically, it's an open stage, and people just come out, and it's like a high school fashion talent show in a lot of ways. So, so for me, if I'm going to pay that money, I want to get the full experience of a production, a fully produced show, not just like, all right, well, we do have these lights, the lights and whatnot. And those guys, they do a great job, but it's very generic. So,
well, if we're promoting like music festivals, that's something you should do. The reason why you do go to music festivals is because you get to see all of your favorite artists from usually the same genre or whatever it may be. At one place.
Even more importantly, though, you get the opportunity to see up and coming people. So like this year, such and such may be just on the B, C stage, right? But then next year they blown up, and so it is very true. But yeah, okay.
And I think it depends on like how pressed you are. Like you're saying, they were trying to get to the front of the stage. You'll have like people who like, I'm too old for that now. So if I go, number one, I'm getting upgraded tickets. I'm not doing standing all day from, I don't know, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm not doing that anymore. But you can bring your lawn chairs if they allow them at that, and just sit back and enjoy the stage. Like they always, the ones that I've been to, they have screens so that you can see the stage,
Right.
But you can also see the people. Like
Get
you
the line
don't,
of
yeah.
sight.
So
And
you don't have to be in the mix.
And maybe even invest in a Camelback, which is a backpack with a reservoir in it. So you have all the water you need, and it's protected. You don't have to worry about nobody Bill Cosby in you or nothing. So, okay. So the other thing culture people do is avoid generic superstore furniture, like IKEA, places like that. So if you need furniture, maybe going to secondhand consignment shops and things like that, and getting like really high, nice quality furniture for less,
And rehabbing
it, going that shabby chic, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, because that's You agree with that, Jennifer?
No, because I don't like used stuff.
Bougie. She's bougie.
That's not bougie.
Yeah, that's bougie.
Why is that bougie? Because I don't want to use somebody else's hand-me-downs?
It's not hand-me-down.
Yeah, they're donating it somewhere that I'm going to go pay money
No,
for
I
it.
said consignment shops.
No, thank you. I don't want to use somebody else's. How you know how many times they had sex when it's something?
Just burn some sage around it.
No, hell no. I don't like to use used stuff. And my mom was always a true believer that rats like travel with furniture. So she never like allowed used things in our home. My mom had like a phobia to rats. So she never really allowed anything used in our home because she used to say trash bags like gather rats.
Yeah.
Hold on. So your mom, so you go to the consignment shop and there's just a family of rats living in the dresser.
It's irrational, but still.
That's how mothers feel, okay? Does your mother, she ties up the trash bags?
Yeah, but she doesn't like closing bags. She doesn't save like the bags, say from the grocery store, none of that, because she feels like they bring mice.
That's just a Caribbean thing.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican, so yeah. She has a phobia to, like, you can't even play with her like that. She will freak out, like hyperventilate and everything.
Aww.
So I grew up with not. And it's not a bougie thing. It's because you could get cheap stuff, but we never used used stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's clarify. I think for this, it's nice furniture. It's like the old school wood furniture,
like antique, like buying antiques.
Kind of like antique, but
that's still used.
Yeah, but it's like real wood. It's not particle board. It's not like. You would be dumb to go to a consignment shop and get a piece of IKEA furniture. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like old world, like I'm going to need all my friends to come help me move to this thing. Yeah, the heavy shit that gets passed down from generation to generation. So, and those are the kinds of those pieces that if you have them in your house, it's like a statement piece and it's very unique and whatnot. So, okay. Well, we've really gone long, but this is good because we really didn't plan this episode. We just kind of sat down and was like, Rell, what are we going to talk about? We put all the pressure on you, and you did a wonderful job with getting the content together. So thank you. Good job. Good job. Good job. So you have anything that you want to say in closing or no?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
That's good.
All right. How about you, Jennifer?
I don't have nothing to say.
Treat your ladies right.
Yes. Treat us right.
Respect the women.
Respect.
Especially if they are the mother of your children. Well, you should always respect your women, and ladies respect your men.
How about people just
and ladies, stop letting these dumbasses impregnate you. How about that one?
Yeah, it's like
no dick is worth all that fucking headache. No dick.
Just ride on top so that you know when it's about to happen. You can hop up off. That's a safe bet, right? No?
Use protection.
But
yeah, let's do that.
Well, that too, all the above. But I'm just saying, if you're on top, you have more control of the situation, right?
If they tell you...
Just stop having sex with fuck boys. That's it, too. They don't even deserve pussy. I don't care. Stop. That's why they feel like they're the man, because we keep entertaining them. Leave them the fuck alone. Yeah, man. Give some coochies to some good men, and we'll see how they act.
But that's the problem. Girls never want the good guy.
Never.
I want a good guy. So I don't care what anybody says. I want a good guy. I want a good guy. I don't want a bad guy. I never wanted a bad guy. I just so happened to get them.
Well, that means you can't identify a good guy then. If you always thinking you get a good guy. And that's why I said I'm
working on myself, and I have been. So no, I don't want a bad guy. I want a good guy. Nobody wants a bad guy.
No, there's plenty of women that want a bad guy. I've met plenty of them. Yes.
Well, then that's on them, not me.
So define
I'm not getting into that.
No,
I'm not defining nothing. We all know what a good guy is. We all know good from bad.
I don't think people do. Rell, can you define a good guy? Your definition of a good guy?
My definition? Well, everyone's definition is different.
Well, that's why I asked for your good guy.
Different segment. Yeah,
we'll talk about this another time. Segment, that's the next. That's the next show. Stay tuned.
3-hour show.
See what they did there. How they spun out of that. So anyway, this is the Cultured Misfits. Thank you for riding out with us. Again, subscribe, comment, like, engage, comment, leave a rating on this episode. However you're taking it in, please do that. And hopefully you had a happy Thanksgiving, because it's not coming out before Thanksgiving. Fuck them pilgrims. And no. Fuck them pilgrims. And just so you know, my birthday is coming up soon, so we want to do nice things for Brandon. It's the 21st of December. That's my birthday, so it's a Tuesday night. The actual birthday.
And mine is on the 31st.
Hey,
I will be 30 years old.
I will be an age. So if you want to do something nice for Brandon DJ Silk, at DJ Silk is how you can get at me on Instagram. Check the link in the bio. You can hit me in the DMs. Just no creep shit unless you are certifiably my type, and then I'll entertain it.
He's looking for free codes.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm looking for great connections. You know what what I enjoyed about Friday night with the Horrible Decisions podcast the most was after
you could flirt with all the girls in the crowd, and they love. No, this is one last thing. I know we running over, but Brandon said something, and I was like, it's because you have a bald head, and not 15 minutes later, some girl was rubbing on his head. And I said,
that is true. Yeah. That is true.
I enjoyed I enjoyed being around people and talking. That's what I enjoyed after this year of isolation. So yes, and being in a place of like-minded people. So anyway, we gotta go. So until the next time, this is the Cultured Misfits podcast. You can follow Jen at Jen. Well, no, she's not even on. We're not even gonna put that out there. It'll be in the show notes, but we're not gonna waste audio time on that because she don't have no internet. She living like this 1970s. Rell, what is yours?
Rell Traveling.
Okay, you can get at Jen through at Rell Traveling, and at DJ Silk. So until the next time, it's the Cultured Misfits podcast. Be safe, be well, be blessed. We are out.
Bye.